Hello, everyone. I want to ask you a question. Have you ever listened to a story that made you feel something? Maybe it made you laugh, or cry, or even dream bigger? I think we all have, right? Stories have this amazing power to stay in our minds long after we hear them. Today, I'm going to tell you why storytelling is one of the most powerful and fun ways to learn English. If you've ever felt bored or stuck while studying English, stay with me, because by the end of this episode, you'll see how stories can completely change the way you learn. And before we start, if you enjoy learning English with real examples and motivation like this, please give this episode a like. It really helps the channel grow and reach more English learners like you. Thank you. All right, let's begin. So, why storytelling? Learning English is not only about grammar or memorizing vocabulary, it's about connection, and stories are the best tool for connection. They connect words with emotions and emotions with memory. Think about it. When you read a grammar rule, you may forget it the next day. But when you hear a story using that grammar, you remember it easily. For example, if I say, "She used to live in a small town before moving to London," it's just a sentence. But if I tell you a story about a girl who dreamed of the big city and finally packed her bags to start a new life, suddenly you remember the structure used to without even trying. That's the magic of storytelling. It teaches you English without making you feel like you're studying. Our brains love patterns, and stories are full of patterns, a beginning, a middle, and an end. When we listen to a story, our brains connect new information with feelings and images. That's why you can remember a story you heard years ago, but forget a list of words you studied yesterday. So, if you want to improve your English faster, don't only study vocabulary lists. Listen to or read short stories. Pay attention to how the characters speak, how they use expressions, and how the story flows. You can even make your own mini stories. For example, instead of memorizing the word nervous, create a short story like, "I was so nervous before my first job interview that I forgot my own name when they asked." See? You'll never forget that word again because you made it personal. Many English learners say, "I understand English, but I can't speak." Well, storytelling can help you fix that. When you tell stories, even short and simple ones, you practice speaking in full sentences, using tenses naturally, and expressing emotions. Try this. Choose one story from your life, maybe something funny or embarrassing, and tell it in English. You don't need to be perfect. Start with something like, "Last week, I tried to cook pasta, but I forgot to add water." Everyone loves funny, real stories like that. By telling stories, you start using English as a tool for communication, not just a subject to study, and that's how confidence grows. Here's something interesting. When you feel emotion, your brain releases chemicals that help you remember. That means if you feel joy, surprise, or even curiosity during a story, your brain says, "Hey, this is important. Let's keep it." That's why stories in movies, podcasts, and books help you remember English naturally. Even watching cartoons or short films in English can be powerful if you pay attention to the story. For example, think about Disney movies. You probably remember lines like, "Just keep swimming," or "Let it go," because those words come from emotional moments. So when you study English, try to feel something. Don't just repeat words, live them. Now let's talk about how you can use storytelling in your daily English practice. Tip 1. Listen to stories in English every day. It could be podcasts, audiobooks, or YouTube videos like this one. Even 5 minutes a day helps your brain get used to rhythm, pronunciation, and natural expressions. Tip 2. Create your own stories. Don't worry if they're simple. For example, "Yesterday, I met my friend at the park. We talked about our dreams. She wants to travel to Japan, and I want to learn how to surf." That's already a great mini story. It helps you practice verbs, tenses, and natural phrases. Tip 3. Rewrite stories in your own words. After listening to a story, try to tell it again in your way. In this story, a boy learns to be brave. This helps your speaking fluency and improves your vocabulary memory. Tip 4. Connect stories with your emotions. Ask yourself, how did I feel when I heard this story? What would I do if I were that character? This makes your brain build emotional connections with English words. When you start learning with stories, English stops feeling like a school subject. It becomes a part of your world. You begin to think in English, imagine in English, and even dream in English. You stop worrying about mistakes because in stories, mistakes are part of the fun. Many people quit learning English because they think it's too hard, but stories remind you that learning a language is not a race. It's a journey, and on that journey, every new word is like a little adventure. So be patient, be curious, and enjoy the process. Let me tell you a short truth. Every English learner has a story. Maybe your story starts with shyness, maybe with mistakes, maybe even with fear. But if you keep learning with passion, one day you'll tell your story in English, and it will inspire someone else to start their own journey. That's the true power of storytelling. It's not just about learning a language. It's about finding your voice, your message, your story. So today, promise yourself this: I will not just study English, I will live it. I will tell my story, because your story matters. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Learn English with Emma. I hope you feel inspired to start using storytelling in your English journey. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me know you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future episodes like this one. Also, you can find the full script of this episode and a vocabulary list PDF in the description below. It includes all the useful words and expressions we use today, perfect for review and practice. Remember, every word you learn tells a story, and every story you tell brings you closer to fluency. Thank you again, and see you in the next episode. Bye for now.